So we did a long trip from Texas to Florida to pick up my daughter-in-law and take our grandchildren and her to the great state of Maine, which is where we are now. It was unexpected, last minute, and a long drive. And we didn't sleep much. It was about 17 hours from Texas to where they were in Florida, and then another 24 from Florida to Maine. And we stayed last night at my husband's parents' place and we'll probably stay the whole time we're up here there. We've been to visit my mom, who took the animals, and she will be taking over both Bella and Willow, our kitty, for the duration of our long journey that we're going to be taking, our long vacation. And of course, she'll just be keeping them now, because we're going to be gone 5 or 6 years. That's the plan. And she's very happy about that, because her little dog had passed away a few months ago, and she was starting to feel lonely without a dog. And Bella's keeping her very good company. And today we're going to go visiting after we clean out the god-awful mess that the car has become from having 2 little children and 3 animals and 3 adults in it for 24 hours, and extended, actually a little more than 24 hours. So today, the plan is to go visit some of our friends up here, because we haven't been back to Maine in 15, 16 years. So we're going to go visit some of our friends, maybe see a couple of the things that we'd like to see and get some video. Before we head out again, we definitely want to go and see a couple of the rocky shores that we love on here in Maine, and we want to go and see the lake and do a couple other little things. So we'll be getting some video along the journey and be sharing it with you, because this is what it's about, to be a nomadic wingnut. See you soon. So here we are, day 2, still in Maine. Did so much talking yesterday that I haven't done in a long time that my throat actually hurts a little bit. It's a beautiful day. A little colder than I'm used to, because we've been in Texas for a long time. So I got a sweater on because I am a little chilly, and I need to not be chilly because I need to actually not get sick. We got to see good friends yesterday. That was a really big deal. We haven't seen them in a long time. It hasn't been as long as we've been out of Maine, because they actually came to see us a few years back and stay with us for a little while. So we have seen them. We just haven't seen them in a really long time, because they left from where we were, I don't know, 8 or 9 years ago, and came back up here. All their kids are grown. Their oldest kid has kids. I was really happy to see their oldest boy, actually, and to meet some of his friends, who are absolutely wonderful. I really enjoyed their company and talking to them. Today, I don't know what we're doing. I know we have to go into the town, a couple towns over, because I'm going to look for some compression socks, because for the long drive here, my ankle and foot have swollen quite a bit, because I did have a DVT a year ago that's still working on breaking down. So I've been advised it might be a good idea for me to have some compression socks for when I'm riding, or when we're flying, when we start traveling. Other than that, today we're mostly going to play it by ear. I think we are going to go see another friend of ours today and take him over some venison that our friend from yesterday's brother had given to us. I love being in Maine. Maine is such a wonderful place and such a great community. And we're also good at helping each other and taking care of each other. I remember why I loved it here. That being said, it is too cold in the winter. So while I love it and I miss it, I will not be here. Maybe we'll be up here a little more often though, because I am remembering why I love it. See you tomorrow. So here we are down at Belfast Beach, which this beach actually I don't think was ever really a beach before, but maybe it was, maybe a little one. But they've really extended it a bit, and you can see that the harbor out there is quite packed and busy. Belfast has become very different from what we used to know. We found what was it?
A Goodwill.
A Goodwill, which wasn't here before. They've moved some of this. There's a Walgreens that used to be, I think, a CVS before we left, but it's much bigger than the CVS was. And, just some little changes around town, of course. We've been gone 15 years, things happen, but for us it's like, oh my goodness, look, see how this has changed. It's fun to come back where you haven't been in a long time to see the changes. So I just wanted to share that, and I will update you more as we find more things to look at. So here we are down at Belfast City Park. All the beautiful shoreline. This is the park I used to play in as a kid and where I used to come as a teenager. It is Mossman Park in Searsport. I used to love to just come down here and hang out, play on the swings. They've actually added some stuff, of course modernized some things, but it's a very pretty park. And from the park, we have come down to Searsport Beach. That is another place that I've spent a lot of time when I was young. And it is so beautiful down here. I'll be adding some pictures in so you can see. And John's taking some pictures while we're here too. So I'm going to be doing some picture compilations. Lots of video from this trip. We're excited about this. It's a lot of fun. Good morning. Here we are, day 3. I'm going to try and do a daily diary, not only for this trip, but when we get back to Texas, because we're only going to be there for another 8 or 9 weeks before we head out for Mexico. So I'm going to try and do a daily diary both for this and while the pre-trip, and then I'm going to start doing one every day to keep you updated on what we're doing. So this is me practicing that. So we didn't make it to the friend's house that we were going to take the venison over to yesterday, but we are going to go over this evening. Yesterday we ended up going to both of the towns that we knew as we grew up, and the ocean front on both of them. We went and saw our niece and her children, and we came home, or came back to his dad's to have dinner with the family, because his mom had been asking us to do that, and I wanted to make sure that we got at least one night for that. So today we're going to go over and spend some more time with our best friends, whose names I won't mention because they are very private people, but they're our best friends from junior high school. And we're going to get some laundry done, because I wasn't planning to be here quite as long as we're going to be, so I didn't quite pack. I was in a hurry to pack, so I really didn't pack enough. And then we may play it by ear a little bit, but this evening we're going to go over and have dinner at our other friend's house, where we were supposed to take the venison yesterday, but we're going to take it there today because it has to be cooked up. And then probably back here for sleep again. Oh, an update on my leg. Since I got the compression socks, it's doing much better. I woke up this morning, all of the swelling was gone. I don't know if it will remain that way all day, but I put the compression socks back on, so hopefully that will help. The swelling wasn't nearly as bad last night, so hopefully that's improving as well. I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, my little wing nuts. So we are on day 4 of our trip to Maine, and this is going to be our last day here. We have decided that we're going to be leaving out tomorrow morning to head our way back to Texas. It's time for us to get home and get some things done and continue getting ready for the trip to Mexico. But don't worry, I will continue to talk to you I will try to continue to talk to you every day. There may not be a whole lot to say, but there may be a bunch to say. I don't know. So yesterday, we did go over to our friends and spent the morning over there with them. got a little laundry done, which was pretty much all I had brought with me. It wasn't even a whole load. It was like a quarter load. But got that done. And then we went down to my mother's to see our animals, which are now her animals, just to see how they were adjusting and to spend some time with my mom and get a picture of my mom and I, which I will put here. It will be here, I promise. My dog is doing really well, Bella. As a matter of fact, I think she might have been a little afraid I was going to take her with me because she would get up on my lap and love all over me, but then if my mother got up and left the room, she would get up and follow my mom. So I'm glad she's happy. I'm glad she's adjusted. I'm glad she loves it there. The cat is a little bit, she's going to be a little bit of a project. The ride was hard on her. She's never been out of our RV before. We got her as a baby. So I don't think she understands what it's like to be in a big house. She's adjusting, but it's a little slower. After that, we came back to John's parents' place, and we picked up the venison, and we took it down to our friend in Stockton, who we were hoping to be able to spend the evening with, and we did. And not only did we get to spend the evening with him, but I got to see his son, who is 23, and the last time I saw him, he was 7, okay? My little guy was here, and now he's here. I also got to see another good friend of mine. It was really good to see him. He knew we were going to be down there, so he stopped in, and we got to talk for a little bit and hug, and he's a little disappointed that I won't be able to be up here when he finally eventually gets married, because he's a really great girlfriend, fiance right now. But he understands, because I'm not flying back from Central or South America. I'm not going to be able to. Told him if he wanted to pay for the plane, if he wanted to pay for the plane tickets, I would. And he was like, no. Well, then I guess. So that's where we're at. And probably tomorrow this will be coming from the car. I'll see you tomorrow. So we decided to come up to Bangor today to visit a family member and to get the car checked, because there was a check engine light on. Turns out it's an O2 sensor, and we're going to have to get that fixed, but we'll get it fixed when we get home. But we decided we were going to go have lunch, and we are headed over to Brewer to have lunch at our favorite restaurant. It's a Greek restaurant. What was the name of it again? Do you remember? Costa's in Brewer. Absolutely wonderful. Has always been our favorite restaurant. We're going to see if we still love it. Good morning, my little wing nuts. Here we are in the car. We are headed back home with lots of stops in between. I will be sharing those stops, but a couple of them are surprises, so I'm not telling right now, because I'm not exactly sure when this is going to get posted. So the first one is certainly a secret. It's going to be fun, and I will share it with you after it is done. Let's see what has happened. Yesterday, you saw what we did. We went to Bangor. We saw some family. We went and got the car checked, which is not that big a deal. We went and had lunch at one of our favorite restaurants, and I actually still have leftovers here in the car that we're going to be having for lunch-ish here. We are sad to be leaving. We stopped and saw some of our best friends on the way out, and that was really lovely, but difficult. I knew it was going to be hard to say goodbye to them. But we are taking all of you with us for all of the adventures, and we're still very excited for everything that we have in store for you. I'll see you later.
Hey, Wingnuts. So we're on our way out, as Tracy said, and I just wanted to get on here and say, we have very good parents. Tracy's mom took the dog and the cat. She's a saint. She'll baby them animals more than we'll ever be able to. My mom and dad, they're fantastic people. It was really hard to say goodbye to them. And then I got to say goodbye to one of my best friends. He's not doing so good health-wise. But, and I don't know if this will be the last time I ever see him again. But if you're listening, I love you. And you'll always be in my heart. All right, guys. Talk to you later.
We're about 6 minutes from the first stop that we're planning to make, and this is the surprise one. She doesn't know we're coming. We're going to be stopping at my friend's shop in Jefferson, Mass. It's called Wolf Moon, and I haven't seen her in 12 years, so it should be a really good surprise. We'll see. If she's there. We haven't told her we're coming, so I'm going to keep the camera running when we get to the store, and you get to see what I'll see. Okay, here we are. We're at my friend's place, Wolf Moon, in Jefferson, Mass, and we're going to go see what happens. Ready? Thank you. Huh? I heard her already.
Oh my God, don't videotape me. Oh my God. Hi. Oh my God, I can't believe you guys
Don't
are
hug him too
here.
hard. He's got a camera on.
Oh my God.
Okay, this is our last stop in Massachusetts. This is another friend who we haven't seen in a very long time, and this reaction should be just as good.
Hi. Oh my God, you got us on camera. Hold on a second.
Good morning, my little wingnuts. Well, here we are in New York. We stayed the night here last night, and we'll head out this afternoon, heading to go see some friends in the kind of Midwestern states. We will be posting a video of our visit to our friends in Mass and some pictures of our visit to our friends here as soon as I'm able to get them edited. But I did want to say good morning and let you know what the plans were. We had a really good visit in Mass yesterday. The drive from Massachusetts to New York, because we're in upstate New York, was less than fun because my husband does not like driving slow, and almost all the way here was like 30 or 40 miles an hour. So it was a little less than fun. But it wasn't bad. It was quiet. There's a lot to see. We got to see some mountains, which I didn't get video of for you. I'm sorry. Again, we'll be in like Tennessee, Kentucky area tomorrow afternoon, and we'll get some pictures with those friends, maybe some video if I'm lucky. I'm hoping to do some video. By the way, if you have listened to my other podcast, which is Zen Summer, then you'll know who I'm telling you I'm visiting. I'm visiting Soul, my used to be co-host on that show. So hopefully we'll get some video done today when she's feeling up to it, because we all just kind of woke up. And that's it for the update for now. We'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, wingnuts. So we stayed last night in a hotel, which is where I am. It's the Super 8 in, I don't know where we are, somewhere in Ohio. It's a really great little hotel. We did it because it had a bathtub, and I wanted to take an ice hot bath last night, even though I was so tired I could have gone without it. What I didn't know is this place has a laundry and a gym, which I just found, and they do like a free continental breakfast, which, I mean, there's not a lot to choose from, but I did grab a glass of orange juice. John is still sleeping because he's got a long drive today, and I want him to get all the rest he can. The plan today, hopefully, is to be going down to see my friends in Tennessee, and then we'll be probably headed home from there. I mean, we may stop and sleep a few hours in the car, but we can't do a hotel another night, so this was a luxury just because we were both exhausted. So hopefully that's what we'll be doing today, and I will see you again tomorrow. Well, Wingnuts, we are on the road to head into Kentucky, Tennessee area to see our friends. And we just stopped at Dunkin' Donuts in Austintown, Ohio, which is where we were, to grab some coffee and hot chocolate because, you know, gotta have that morning. And even though the hotel was lovely, hotel coffee is just not as good as Dunkin', obviously. We pulled through the drive-thru, got our order, and the lady says, someone in the lobby just paid for half your order. So to the person at the Austintown Dunkin' Donuts, if you see this, thank you so much. That was such a nice thing. My husband looked at me really funny. I said, what? Random acts of kindness. People do this. I'm going to tell you folks, if you have the ability to do that for someone, it makes their day. And you never know who you're doing it for. Random acts of kindness. Get out there and do them. Okay, we'll see you later. Nuts. So we spent last night at my friend's house in the Midwest, and we had a really good time. Have maybe a bottle of wine, like maybe I had a little more than I should, but wine, but it was good wine. Pinot Noir, actually love. I didn't used to like red wine, but I do now, and so I had Pinot Noir. I probably am not saying that right. Someone tell me if I'm not. Got up this morning, got ourselves together, and we will be heading out and hitting the road to go the rest of the way home sometime this afternoon. Actually, probably before noon. 11 hours home. Gonna be pulling in quite late, and I don't really want to do that at like 2 a.m. because I'm already gonna be tired. So I don't know what time we're gonna be leaving, but it will be probably before noon today. It's like 10 a.m.-ish now. This has been an absolutely wonderful trip. When we get home, I have to pull all of the pictures off the cameras, all of the cameras, and then I will do some compilation videos to share with you the people we got to see, share with you some of the things we got to do, a little bit more than this. Probably that will be some of that will be put on YouTube, and some of it's going to go on Ko-fi. And we'll also probably do a video together to go to Ko-fi, talking about the trip, talking about plans that we've got coming up. All of that's going to be fairly soon. So if you're interested in seeing some of that, make sure that you go to the link tree in my bio and go over to our Ko-fi page. Membership is just $5 a month, and that's where all of the adventurous videos are going to go, along with some very significant updates. We'll see you again tomorrow. Hello, Wingnuts. So we are stopped at a Love's truck stop in somewhere in Arkansas. But I'm going to tell you, we stopped so he could take a nap, but I searched out a Love's because I love Love's. They have the cleanest bathrooms. They always have a good place to eat inside them. They have really decent coffee, which is hard to find, especially when we're on the road, and he likes good coffee. And I didn't even realize until today that they have a laundry room. And of course I knew they had showers, but there's an area to do laundry too. So that's where we are, and we will be hitting the road again in like an hour, hour and a half. I'm just letting him get a nap because he was looking a little rough around the edges. Okay, we'll see you later. Good morning, Wingnuts. So I know I'm sitting in the car, but we are not actually still in the car. We are in fact home. We got here at around 11:30 last night. We drove 11 hours with me sleeping in the back of the car for a couple of hours. My mom gave us a mattress to put back there so that I could rest, and was ideally for him to rest too, and he did. We ended up stopping at a Love's travel stop in order for him to take a nap, and he did. He took about an hour, hour and a half, and that made him feel better, and then we drove the rest of the way. Now that we're home, there's a lot to do. We have to clean the car. Oh my goodness, it's not as bad as it was, but like there's still stuff to do. It needs a bath after a 4,700 mile trip. And we have lots of laundry that needs to be done, obviously, and some cleaning inside that needs to be done. And we are just 8 weeks from leaving this lovely place and heading to Florida to get some things accomplished. And we're only going to be in Florida for about a week. And then we fly out to Mexico for our first 6 months. Later today, I would like to do some videos for our Ko-fi members to be able to see what this trip was, how much we spent on gas, what we spent on food, what we spent on minutia that maybe I didn't need to buy. And that includes a couple of restaurants that we went to that were expensive, but oh, so nice to be able to go to. I also want to do some videos sharing for our Ko-fi members, showing the pictures of the Airbnb that we're going to be in and explaining why we chose that. And we'll be talking about our budget and what this trip is going to look like from the beginning, or at least our expectations of it. So I hope to see you later on the YouTube and on the Ko-fi page. We had to go clean the car because, well, basically we lived in the car for a week. I mean, we stayed at people's houses, but all our stuff was in the car, and it was a whole bunch of us and the animals in the car for a couple of days. So it was a mess, and it was covered in pet hair because the animals were stress shedding, which is loads and loads of fun. Today we went to the car wash and got that taken care of, and went and got some Armor All and some cloths and whatnot, and some lint rollers to get the animal hair off everything, and it looks a lot better inside and out. And now we're home, and he's on the phone with his best friend, who I am still so grateful that we got to see. And I'm getting ready to go in the room and work on some organization things. The stuff that we have in the house that we have to get rid of is so overwhelming. It's just so much stuff. Now, the good thing is, a lot of it, the guy who's going to take over the RV can just have, and he doesn't know yet, but he's getting some stuff that was unplanned that I think he's going to enjoy. But there's still a lot that has to be given away, thrown out, sorted through, figure out what's going to be packed, because we are cutting down to 1, maybe 2 suitcases each, a carry-on and a personal item. I'm going to try and get to 1 suitcase each, 1 checked bag, 1 carry-on, and a personal item. But it might be 2 checked bags. We don't know yet. We will have to see as things progress. For now, that's it. We'll see you again soon.